Yo, what is going on, everybody? Episode 107 of many. My name's Colton Burt, your host of the Grizzly Life podcast. Still trying to figure out how or what direction we want to go with this podcast. If we want to rebrand it a little bit, if we want to change it up. But I've got a couple little things to talk to you about today. I've got a book that I am about to finish that I've been reading for several weeks. And for those of you that know me, I have not been reading as much as I normally do because I've been very hands-on with this restaurant thing. And even when I'm at home and I have like an hour to myself, I'm usually working on the restaurant. I'm working on like our scheduling system, or I'm working on like Marketplace trying to find like new kitchen stuff, or I'm on Amazon trying to find new kitchen utensils, or just like random stuff, right? Salt and pepper shakers, like things I never really thought I would think about. I've been thinking about, right? Like how do we clean it up and how do we make it better? So this week, as I told you last episode, I'm finally getting back into a normal routine. I'm feeling better. I've gotten my 3 workouts in so far. I'm recording this on Wednesday, right? So I've worked out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've got a boxing session tonight and a boxing session Saturday. I actually went for a run yesterday as well. So anyways, like feeling good, getting back into it. I already got some reading done today. I've come to realize if I'm going to get my reading done, I should probably prioritize it in the morning while walking on the treadmill at the gym or something. So anyways, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about this book and kind of lead into my adventure, my trip that I've got coming up next week. And then I also want to talk a little bit about some finance tips, just some things I've been thinking about as I've been doing this. So the book that I've been reading by Dale Carnegie. If you're watching the video, you can see it here. The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking. Sorry, I'm trying to read it backwards. The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking by Dale Carnegie. So for those of you that know, I signed up for this speaker school. And it's I'm part of this gym mastermind, and they're offering free tickets to go and learn from Thomas Plummer, his name is, and he does like what's called speaker school, and helps you become a better public speaker and kind of gets you over some of those fears, right? And so the leader or the owner of this mastermind group that I'm in kind of said, "Hey Colton, I think this would be good for you," you know. And me being me, I'm young. I'm younger than most of the people in this gym owner group. I said, you know what, this is a great opportunity for me. This gets me out of my comfort zone. This is something that I want to become better at. And this podcast has definitely helped me become a better speaker, and obviously doing content and stuff now for our diner page or our, you know, for Grizzlies. So I'm excited for this. I'm as excited as I am nervous about it, because I know, you know, that feeling when somebody's about to call on you in a public setting, your heartbeat starts going, you start getting nervous, right? I do believe you can get over that. I think nerves are a good thing. You know, nerves mean you care and you're excited and all of those things, but also being able to understand, being able to like conquer that fear and own it a little bit more. And, you know, even like dumb things, right? Like not dumb things, but standing up in a wedding or giving a speech at a Christmas party in front of my own team. Having that feeling of confidence to like get up, speak, people are looking at you, people are counting on you, like, and looking up to you in a sense, right? So I think it's something very important for me to do. So next week I fly out Wednesday. I will be there Thursday all day, Friday all day, Saturday all day, from 8 to 5 and 9 to 5. 8 to 5 Thursday, and then 9 to 5 Friday and Saturday all day, probably being put on the spot, learning how to put together a speech, a conversation, right? So it's going to be very good for me to learn. It'll be out in Rhode Island. It will be, again, a new experience. I'm going out there by myself. I will be with a couple of their gym owners. I think it's going to be a group of like 15 to 20 of us. Hopefully it's more like 10 to 12 of us, but it should be like 15 to 20 of us as to what I understand. And it'll be an interesting experience. I'm flying out of Appleton, going to Chicago, and then Chicago to Rhode Island, and then like our hotel and stuff's like 10, 15 minutes away. So super excited about that. Now, the book that I'm reading, The Quick and Easy Way to Effective Speaking. My theory here was that I bought a couple speaking books. I think I bought 3 of them. My goal was to read all three of them before this school. So that way I just had some more like education on public speaking and how to put speeches together. And for like when it comes to public speaking and giving a speech and telling a story, right? Even on content side of things, it always comes down to like storytelling. How good of a storyteller are you? Do you keep people engaged with your story? And for me, I've got a lot of stories, but like the thing that I struggle with is like being put on the spot. Kind of like when you're in school and they go, hey, I want you, to, write, X amount of sentences on something, I don't know. I have a hard time like drawing from my own memory bank of the stories and things that are important. So when it comes to like my personal brand or the brand of the gyms or the, creating that memory bank and those ideas of what I should talk about. So like one of the things I was concerned about going to the speaker school was being put on the spot to put together like a 5-minute conversation, right? And trying to pull together some ideas and some stories. And if I get put on the spot to do a speech, like what can I have kind of not prepared, but like what ideas can I have to go with that? So that was one of the things I started doing. As I'm reading this book, I'm creating some ideas, I'm outlining it. Again, bullet points, not trying to memorize it. But anyways, my goal of reading this book and a couple similar books that I didn't get to because of the restaurant was really to just understand the art of public speaking and how to be more, not persuasive, but again, getting people involved and holding attention and the right ways and wrong ways to start a speech. And, again, Dale Carnegie is amazing. This is obviously an older written book, but that was my goal here. I do recommend reading it if you're a reader. I think everybody can take something away from a book like this, only because you don't have to be a public speaker. You don't have to give a speech of some sort. But I do think reading it and taking some of the tools out make you just a better speaker. One of the things that interests me a lot is like psychology, how to be more persuasive, how to have better conversations with your coworkers, with your spouse, with all of that, right? Like, for example, one thing I learned last year was don't worry about winning an argument. There's no winning an argument. Again, find common ground, and you've heard me say that if you've listened to these podcasts. So I think there's a lot of golden nuggets that you can take out of a book like this and take it to the real life, whether it's talking to your boss, talking to a coworker, talking at a board meeting or a team meeting, right? I think not is it going to give you that, it won't necessarily give you that confidence to stand up and get over that racing heartbeat of like, please don't call on me, but it will give you the insights into like what a public speaker does and how a good public speaker prepares a speech, and like, again, how to be more enticing and having a good flow and a system to speaking. So that's all I'm going to talk about in that book. I have like 6 pages left. I am determined to finish that book tonight so I can put it on the shelf. But I think, public speaking is like the number one fear. People would rather I don't know. I think they fear that more than they fear death or something like that. I don't know. It's crazy, right? So to me, since it's something that 99.99% of people don't want to do or are scared to do or can't do, I think it's something that challenge to me is exciting. As a leader, as somebody who wants to maybe do public speaking in the future, I think it would be good for me to put myself in that position now at a young age so I can continue working on that craft. My goal is not to go to this and come back and do a public speech tomorrow, but again, I think good quality skills to know and understand whether I use those skills or not. So that's my first little thing for you. I wanted to explain to you what I've got going on and what I'm doing next week and why I decided to start reading some books on public speaking, essentially. I have 2 other books I want to read, one more by Dale Carnegie and then another by, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I'm hoping to maybe knock one or both of those out if I'm being aggressive, which I probably shouldn't be because I haven't been reading a whole lot, before Thursday of next week. So that's that. Just a little skill that I'm working on. I do want to talk a little bit about like finances. I just was thinking about this today. It's very easy to spend money. I mean, being real, right? I mean, some people are very good at saving, and some people, in my opinion, save too much. They worry about the little things, and they're worried about like every little penny. I'm not saying you shouldn't be money conscious. Like, you should understand what you're spending and why you're spending and where you're spending, like, for sure. But I still believe in like buying what you want, especially when it comes to like food. And again, there's spending too much and like being dumb about it and not realizing how much you're spending. But like, to me, when it comes to, for example, like gas, right, or diesel, it's a necessity. I don't really watch the gas prices or the diesel prices, and I don't want this to sound like I get it. Like, if you're on a very tight budget, you need to be money conscious. That's not what I'm saying at all. But to me, fuel is a necessity, and I'm not going to try to find the place that's 3 cents cheaper when it's more inconvenient for me to go there, or it's across town, or whatever the situation may be. So maybe that's a poor example, but I just know I have people close to me that they won't shop at a certain place because of the savings of 20 cents when they really want that other thing or whatever. But then those same people, they'll buy energy drinks and they'll buy, all the stuff that you don't really need, that you're just wasting money on every day. So with this restaurant and everything that's been going on, and it's very easy to sit at home, scroll, and not be occupied and like buy something, right? Everybody knows you can buy way too much shit on Amazon, some random gadget or gizmo thing that you didn't know you needed, and then you can also go to how easy is it to go on Nike or Under Armour or your favorite clothing store and just like look for stuff, right? And then you add it to the cart, and then maybe like the next day you like go back to your cart. And again, it's just very easy to spend money these days with access to anything you would possibly want to buy, right? What I've noticed being very busy here, other than we are spending money, right? Like we are spending a shit ton of money on random stuff here all the time. The TVs we're getting, and actually, side note, I'm not even really buying a lot of it myself. I actually have Gabino on our team with the gym stuff. I have him do almost all of the ordering. So I'm not even really getting like the pleasure of like making a purchase, right? Like I'll send him, hey, we need another 75-inch TV, or hey, we need some silverware, and I'll send him the link to what I want, but I'm not actually getting that dopamine of like the purchase, the gratification. But when you are sitting at home and not occupied, it is very easy to buy literally anything that you could possibly want. And now they have apps like Affirm and Klarna where you can like have 0% APR for 12 months, and like now all of a sudden you've got this overhead of I spend $150 a month to help pay off my Amazon bill or my Nike bill or whatever, right? So what I have noticed is that me being extremely occupied with the restaurant, with the diner, with everything going on here on top of my normal life, it's easy to not spend money personally because I don't have time to spend money personally. So my tip to you is to stay occupied, and when you are bored, find a hobby that fills your time. Now you might say, well, shopping is my favorite thing to do. Well, yeah, shopping is fun. You get this new stuff and you feel good about it, but a lot of us are spending money on things we don't need to buy. We don't really need it. And I'm guilty too. I'm not saying I'm not, right? Like anybody can always use another pair of shoes, another pair of white shoes in my case or whatever, right? My challenge for you is to stay busy. When they say like when it comes to the health and fitness field, when you feel hungry and you're trying to be on a diet, just drink some water first. Drink a glass of water and then wait 10, 15 minutes, right? And then see if you're still hungry. It's kind of the same theory here with your finances. I'm really just bored and I want to, you catch yourself, again, scrolling with social media and wasting time as well. A lot of us are wasting our time on social media platforms, and then we end up buying something because some Facebook ad hits you and you're like, damn, that's really cool. For me, I've been buying hats lately. So my challenge to you is when you are when you are not busy and you are bored and you're catching yourself scrolling and accidentally buying stuff and or scrolling social media, find something that challenges you. My challenge to you is find something that, my thought to you is stay busy, right? Get a book, challenge you to read, see how much money you save when you are not, just doom scrolling, right? When you're not busy. So I was just thinking of this because I know that I usually am buying stuff on Amazon on a weekly basis, whether it's something I need or don't need. Lately, I have really not been buying anything other than like my necessities, my toothpaste or whatever. So it's interesting. I've been very busy. I've been very occupied. My mind has been elsewhere, and I'm not worried about spending money on dumb things. Like all the money that I make goes right back into investing and saving, and that's what I've been doing. So I want you to think about that. I want you to consider that. Maybe it's not a great financial tip, but really it's just get off your phone and keep your mind busy and occupied, and whatever that may be, like find hobbies that don't involve your phone, that don't involve shopping, that don't spend. I do believe in spending money where needed, as needed, but again, don't be that penny pincher, but also don't be that overspender buying dumb shit and then having no money. You shouldn't be looking at your bank account and saying, well, I got an extra $500, I don't have anything to do with it, I might as well spend it. Yes, money, you make money every day. I get it. You should buy things that you want and need as well, but there's nothing wrong with investing $500 this month if you don't need that pair of shoes, or you don't need the new shirt or the new skirt or whatever you're trying to buy. So just keep that in mind. Think about it. Stay busy, stay occupied, find something that your mind likes to do. Maybe you're a puzzle, maybe you're a Sudoku, maybe you like doing crosswords. And again, I think our worst window, again, it's when you're not doing anything, right? Like your lunch breaks, your after dinner when you've got 2 hours of doing nothing and you're sitting on your phone and watching TV. I think those are the two easiest times to actually accidentally buy things you don't really need. So do with that as you please. I want you to work on saving money. I want you to work on investing money. And I also was going to say too, you have to be ready for life. Like there's like the oh shit fund. Like I was just driving my truck today and I was like, I really have no, something can go wrong at the blink of an eye, whether, something crazy, your engine, your transmission goes out, your this or that. Obviously flat tires are somewhat common, right? And you never know when you're gonna have to buy that new tire, whether it's $100, $300, $400 tire, depending on what you drive and what you need. You never know when that's gonna happen. And so it's important that you've got this money set aside and saved and ready to go. And life does get in the way sometimes. Life happens, and you can't like not have a fund for that. You really, I mean, step one is pay your bills, but step two is have an emergency fund. Have a fund set aside that's like not for college, not for your grandkids or whatever. You need to have a fund that protects you, especially at the younger age individuals that you're trying to build something, you're trying to do something, you're trying to save money for like long-term, wealth or whatever you're trying, right out the get-go. You need to instill habits to save money, to set money aside, to be able to take care of yourself when all else fails. So the rule of thumb is people like to have 3 to 6 months worth of bills saved up in their emergency fund, and then from there they can kind of build off of that or do what they want. My recommendation is just get used to saving some money. If you're used to having $1,500 in your bank account, maybe get used to having $1,000 and put the $500 into savings or an emergency fund of some sort. I recommend a money market, something that can grow at 3% a month or 3% a year. So money market, emergency savings, high yield savings account, right? Like those things are the first recommendation for everybody to have. So anyways, I'm gonna stop I can't even speak. I'm gonna stop mumbling or just rambling on about random things. I'm gonna let you guys go. I just some updates, some finance stuff. I appreciate you guys. If you want to add me on Snapchat, Colton.Burt, COLTON.BURT, Instagram, Facebook, find me there. I will be talking to you soon. I'm excited for tomorrow's podcast. The Golden Grizzlies will be on, so we'll be recording that, and then that'll come out. That one's going to take a little bit longer to edit because we're going to hopefully insert some really cool images of them working out and before and after shots. If whatever we got, we're going to try to actually make that video like a really awesome podcast style. So anyways, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. Have a wonderful rest of your week, and keep kicking ass.